Hi, everyone. This is Deborah. Let me read the disclaimer. All the information provided on this channel for educational purposes only, and this channel does not promote or encourage misuse of the information. I do encourage you to consider your intuition at all times. Some knowledge is from my intuition, some is given to me in dreams, and some are encouraged to watch other people's videos and to read some articles. But I use my discernment at all times when viewing any video or listening to others, including myself, because you have two operating within yourself, which is the I, and your spiritual self, which is the one connected to the cosmos. I encourage you to take what resonates with you, and what does not resonate, put it on the shelf or throw it away. Respect the journey of others. Now, I label this video as freestyling. And the reason why I labeled it as freestyling is because I want to talk about different topics. The first topic that I want to talk about today is that I had an opportunity to experience talking with an older guy that he reads the Bible, and he reads the Bible like a patriarchal. I've talked to him on the telephone, and this guy insists that the woman came from the rib of a man. And it's sad because the sad thing is that people believe that this Bible was written by the Most High Almighty Creator, and it wasn't. The Bible was written by man, okay? Males, okay? Males that are patriarchal, that were patriarchal, that did not like women, okay? Now, if you are a reader and like myself, and if you are a thorough reader like myself, you would know that the Bible, from the beginning to the end, has nothing good to say about the woman. And the reason being is that the woman was and is the creator in this earth realm. Okay? And unfortunately, the word man comes from the word woman. Okay? And the word mankind is that degenerate male. Okay? So what you got is woman. Hi, Amani, how you doing? What you got is woman is the original. Then comes the man. They took the word man and they gave it to the word male. And the word was originally with the woman because male is mankind. He is from woman. You cannot take a woman and pull her from anything pertaining to a male. I cannot stress this enough to the world that the males that created these books putting down the woman are women haters, okay? And they continue to keep separation going on. And anyway, the man himself was determined to tell me that I must listen to a male because the male is over me. Of course, you guys know me, know that that pissed me off. Uh, I have had a male. I was married to a male, and what I've seen is that the male himself is degenerate. That's why they use the XX and the XY. Y is simply a broken X. If you go and do some thorough research, you will see that within the woman's womb, the creation of all take place within her womb. Now it's funny because if you go and look at the process of the clitoris that turns into a penis. Hi Glow, how you doing? If you look at the process of a penis coming from the clitoris, you would see that all things come from that female. It's time out to stop being ignorant, because what I'm realizing and seeing that people listen to stuff, but they don't make a change in their behavior. And anyway, I had to let the man go because he is perpetuating a lie. He's perpetuating a lie because he continue in believing that males are dominant the woman, and that the creator, the almighty, created man to dominate the woman. Look at this world. Hi Cash, how you doing? Look at this world and look at the condition of this world. The condition of this world is separation, which is segregation. And they, let's go back to the Babel of the Tower of Babel. Now, the men that wrote the Bible said, let's go down and confuse the people. Now, keep in mind, the people was in one language and they were building. And so the writer says, let's go down and confuse the languages. Because if we go down and confuse the languages, what's going to happen? They're not going to be able to communicate with each other. Because as long as they're separated, they cannot build together. They cannot share experiences with each other together. Now, this took place between the cultures. So when you look at the cultures today, every culture is experiencing suffering. Why is every culture experiencing suffering? Because that same lie that they put in this Bible was sown in the same culture. In every culture, there is a created Savior. And in that culture, that created Savior is supposed to be coming to save the suffering people. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen, people. Ain't nothing coming to save you. And so you either put the work in by allowing yourself to show you what's really going on, because nothing is going to come to save you. Nothing. They're still putting chemtrails in the sky. They still got drones out there. People are still suffering. Their homelessness by the drones, and it's not just males now, it's women and children, you see. And so nothing is coming to save you. The people that are out there that they call conscious community leaders are sown out there to continue giving you more and more lies. And instead of you taking what they give you and researching it for yourself, people just don't do it, and it's crazy to me. My grandbaby told me, she said, I'm on TikTok now. And she said, Grandmama, she said, you need to put some stuff out there to get some attention, so that people can gravitate to your videos. I'm not here to make no video look good. I'm not here for that. I'm here to tell you what I have learned and what I know, and you take what I have and you go within yourself and you see if what I'm saying is the truth or not. And if it's the truth, you got to make the change. You got to decide within yourself what is it that you're here to do. How are you going to contribute to the world? And I've said over and over and over again that it is not words that manifest. It is the thought that manifests. By the time you speak it out your mouth, it has already taken place. I can't, it's amazing. They say in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was made flesh. In the beginning, they took the words and they put it in the system, the school system. And what they did, they gave you prefixes, suffixes, homonyms, and low vibrational words to cast spells on yourself. That's what they did in the beginning, because the Bible is not the beginning of civilization. It is the beginning of the tricks that they gave to us as people. I was listening to this person that was talking about the people that was found here in America. The people that was found here in America, I don't like using the word pale. I don't like using the word black, but I'm definitely ain't going to use the word white, because ain't nobody pure down here. And I'm not going to use the word black, because that means dead. So I found two words that I'm going to use. One word that I'm going to use for brown people in different flavors, I'm going to use the word original. And then for the people that are pale, I'm going to use the word albino. Because I'm not trying to offend, I'm trying to make a point in this earth with people. And the people that was found here in America were the originals. They took those albinos and they made you think that those albinos was here in America first. They were not. And it appalls me to know that they went to extremity to sow these lies that they have given the people. Five civilized tribes. Like the people that was here was barbaric. We were not barbaric. What is barbaric is when you see kind people on the land being happy, enjoying the fruits of their labor, and you come in and you upset that environment by taking their resources, by taking the land, and by taking their identity and telling lies about it. That's what's disturbing. That's what's barbaric to me. And that's what they did. And then they come up with what they call the five civilized tribes. And then they say that we had casinos, they had casinos, and then they taking your money. You know what gets me is that these creatures, this beast of a system, make the paper money. They know that the trees is giving oxygen to the people, but they everywhere you see a tree, they replace it with a building to profit off. Now that's what you call barbaric. That's what you call uncivilized. Okay, that's that. I was watching this guy, and he was saying that, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna try to put it up here. Uh, I don't know whether you can see it. It's the tetragrammaton, and the tetragrammaton. Let's see here, and the tetragrammaton is, as you can see it, and then underneath there's NINI in caps, and it looks real close. The tetragrammaton looks real close to that. He said what it is. The guy said to me that they came over and they changed the tetragramma, the words nani, sanani, nanani, sanani, nanani to Jehovah, to the tetragrammaton. And I said, and when the guy did it, I'm like, oh my goodness, it does look like the tetragrammaton. And so what they've done, they've caused people, the original people, to worship a negative force that only belongs to the Albino. And as long as you worship that negative force, then that energy will still keep them on top. They have no right to be on top because they're not fair. They're not trying to help everybody across the culture. If you go and look at all the culture, the male is the dominating one. The male is the molester. The male is the rapist. The male is the abuser. The male got to have something that it can control. Don't take my word for it. Look at it. Am I saying all males is like that? No, I'm not. Because there are some males in this earth that knows the truth and they doing better. But when you receive information and knowledge, you're supposed to do better. You're supposed to change from your wicked ways. The word beast that's written, the word beast is the natural nature of the people. If you're operating in your lower nature, then you are the beast. The biggest beast is the system. They're the ones governing the minds of the people, which started in the school system. The higher up you go in the school system, the more wicked you are. And I know that because I've seen that with my own eyes. It behooves me that they have the same type of behavior. If you are a part of the Masonic order and you have been sown to teach the local people, they have a pattern when you go against the oath. You either go to jail, either something happened to where you pass, or they try to publicly humiliate you. Guaranteed you, they are a part of the Masonic order. I watch the pattern and the behavior for years now. And I come to realize that many people say they want the truth, but when they get the truth, they deny the truth. They say that it has to be written in books. That's not the truth. They've sown lies in the books. If you are a person with the soul, your truth is within you. It's not outside of you, it's within you. It hurts my heart to see the wickedness that the original people are doing to one another. Jealousy, hatred, envy. Don't even bother to try to help one another. The only culture that I see that's trying to help one another is those that are called the Hispanics. They're the only ones that I see in this earth that's trying to help one another. Now, it's funny because they talk about the language. There was no such language as Spanish in history. They made that up. Those people were from Spain. Just like if I'm a Georgian, then my language may be I'm from no, not language. I'm from Georgia. And those people that speak uh that they say speak Spanish, which is not a language. It just simply means they from Spain. The language that was spoken and is speaking is Latin. And those people tell you that. They'll tell you that they laugh at people when people call them Hispanics. Spanish people. They laugh at us. They laugh at the ignorant. They smile. They laugh. And they would tell you straight up. If you look at the people that are albinos, they're just as bad as those that are called the originals. They're just as bad. The only people that's coming together and trying to do right with each other are the Hispanic people. I noticed that the albino people is not as wicked, many of them, as they used to be, because the original people are treating each other so badly to, I guess that's making them embarrassed, because many of their ancestors act that way too. They're trying to be kind. They're trying to be kind to some of the original people. But it's sad that separation is causing this earth to be in the state that it's in today. Energy is coming from the people. The negative energy is coming from the people. They have used in the past those that have souls. They have taken, because they know that you have the energy. The power, when I say energy, I'm talking about the power. They know that they can manipulate you by giving you subliminal messages on TV, subliminal messages in the computer, subliminal messages on your cell phone. They know that. Because if you take it in, you're going to make it happen for them. And that's what they have been doing for a very long time, because they have no power. The power comes from the soul children. It's time for the soul children to wake up. This planet needs the soul children to wake up and start focusing on the positive and the negative within. We had enough of the negative. I'm tired of it. When they talk about we all are one, they're talking about the soul children. When they talk about the sleepers are now awakening, they're talking about the soul children. For as long as the soul children were sleeping, nothing could make or take change in this earth in a positive way. Now that many of the soul children are waking up, it's time for the soul children to wake up and to start thinking differently, and stop looking at the physical and start thinking about the spiritual, because we're spiritual beings. And I'm sick and tired of the word we're a spiritual being having a physical experience. I'm sick of that. Who in the heck want to come down here suffering? Nobody. Who wants to be dominated? Who wants to be mistreated? Are you serious? And then they'll say, well, you chose to live this life. No, I didn't. No, you didn't. It's time to wake up. I didn't mean to be so emotional, but I'm just tired. I'm really tired. I'm tired of seeing people suffering. And when we don't have to suffer. You know, they should tell you that something is wrong with the energy in the atmosphere when they can continue. They had stopped spraying for a little bit the sky, and it was becoming beautiful blue again. And then the sun itself, the sun has never been yellow. The sun is white. And guess what? And I can post it. I'm going to post it on this video right here. The sun had the X. And I've said in previous video that this is planet X. You know what bothers me, they took the word electricity and they put it before magnetic. They said this is electricity magnetic field. No. The earth itself is electricity. Past that sun and that moon up there is a magnetic field. Anything past this earth is no longer electricity. The magnetic field is beyond earth. So the women, and I'm going to keep on saying it, the women were and is magnetic electricity. Protons are magnetic. Electrons are electricity. The neutral is the darkness, which is where we came from. We came from the darkness. The neutral is there to balance the magnetic and the electrons or the electricity. It's there to balance it. But it won't happen if you won't allow it. All soul children is feminine and masculine. All soul children, whether you are a male or a female, you are androgynous. All soul children, and they know that. They play with words. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing that. I have been trying my best to spare people feeling. You get mad with me and you go away. Okay, well, you get mad, you just get mad. You know, you get offended, you just get offended. You're going to be just fine. You know, I don't have to read books. I don't have to watch videos. I was doing that to help the people that were subscribed to my channel. Because I know many people that subscribe to my channel, they need something visual. If I am a spirit being in the physical, what am I going to gravitate to? I'm going to gravitate to the spirit self of me, my spirit self. I'm not going to gravitate to my physical self. My spirit self is higher than my physical self. My physical self only focuses on the things that are physical, that it can see. My spirit self knows that there are entities that are invisible that is operating in this earth, and they operate in and out of people in this earth that are wicked. I know that. And I know that they play with words. They play with words. And they make you think that they're not doing it. All words have high and low vibration. Just like the Moors tell you, the original people that was here in America, they sit and say that we all are Moors. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's in the behavior. I can look at a Moor and see their behavior, which they sit under the fraternity. I can see their behavior. They're full of greed. They're wicked. They love to dominate. They don't share. They use premium as a way to take your money. And if, in fact, you don't support them, all they want is your money. And if you don't support them being an original, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. Because in their mind, they said that the original people that was found here is stupid. We're not stupid. We're just kind people. But if we're forced, we will go there to defend ourselves. Don't get it twisted. But we prefer to continue being kind because that's the best way. Because if you get a person like me roused up and angry, some shit gonna happen, I guaranteed you. And I ain't got to lift a finger. And I prefer to stay calm. I prefer that. See, the problem is when the original people, the soul children, see what's really inside of them, they'll understand why these that call themselves in high places are afraid of them. They know what's inside of you. They know. They show movie after movie after movie. Carrie, the movie Carrie is, you see what they did? They kept messing with Carrie. What did Carrie start doing? She started setting shit on fire. Did she have to lift her fingers to do that? No, she didn't. They showed you a movie, Rosemary Baby. What was Rosemary Baby? Rosemary Baby was a demon. They showed you the body snatchers. They showed you in movies while you were sitting there watching them to entertain yourself. They were showing you in movies what they were doing in this earth. Why? Because you, as the original, soul child, was giving them energy to do so. If you start seeing this stuff for what it is, they won't be able to continue doing this. Because they know that we don't need weapons. They have to have weapons because they're not spiritual beings. They have been manipulating the spiritual being because the spiritual beings have been sleeping. But I'm going to take a break for a moment and I'm going to look at y'all comments. All right, Money, thanks for being here. Glow, thanks for being here. Cash, thanks for being here. Amani says the original people were happy and peaceful people. Yes, they were. I know that because I'm one of them. Thanks for being here, Ascended Majesty. Amani says, I always get angry when I hear them telling lies about original people. Hey, Glow, thanks for being here. I always like trouble living over family separately because that's how we were. That's how we were. I get so emotional when I go to a video, and I was going to videos, watching the videos for y'all. You know, because I get my confirmations within. I mean, it used to be a time when I used to be afraid of the things that I used to get, but I'm not afraid anymore. I haven't been afraid for a long time. But they're listening to you with your computer. They're listening to you with your cell phone. They're listening to you with your TV. There's a lady that took the TV itself, the smart TV, apart, and she showed you where they're listening and looking and taking pictures of they're afraid. They're afraid that when the original people wake up, that's their ending, and they going underground in these tunnels, uh, uh, putting bunks up. That's not going to save them, And it's sad because they have hidden everything, and they think we don't know it. They think we don't know what they've done. We know what they have done, but we don't have to use uh, uh, guns and stuff like they do. We don't have to bomb people like they did. That the Moors, the Moors are the ones that are, and I've said this over and over. They're the gatekeepers. Well, I ain't gonna say gatekeepers. That they are the gate blockers. They block the gate, but they can block all they want to at this point because people are waking up. They're waking up. I wanted to. I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. And the Most High, the Almighty has given me this, and I said it, that they said they found Lucy over in Africa. Let me tell you something about what they're doing. The most fertile place on the planet is America. Okay. They lie to people to tell people, and then they put these people from Africa on here to help lie, to say that we all came from that location. We did not. Because they want you to go to that location because they want America for themselves. It ain't happening. Okay? It ain't happening. Lucy, they didn't find Lucy in no Africa. Lucy probably came from the Grand Canyon. Okay? That's where Lucy probably came. And it's sad that they sit up there and they lie and put lie on top of lie on top of lie. And then those call themselves Moors and trying to make us feel like we're Moors. And then they laugh and say we don't know who we are. We know who we are. We know exactly who we are. We ain't y'all. And a lot of people don't like Trump, but you can go and find that video for yourself. When Trump was at one of those tribal meetings, Trump said out his own mouth, "They don't look like Indians to me." And you know what Trump was saying? He was saying those albinos that he was looking at was not the real people. And that's what Trump, see, a lot of people don't, Trump is put out there to act up. Trump is a distraction because they all in that pool together. Every last one of them. So I'm going to tell you this. Canada is ancient Acadia. Okay? Tennessee is ancient Egypt. Okay? Utah is Israel. Okay? South America is ancient Syria. I've told y'all all those locations that they have in the Bible is right here in America. They created that Bible right here in America. Okay? And it's funny, don't take my word for it. When they talk about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, those are all patriarchs. When you go look up, the patriarchs don't like women. And so their whole thing is to keep the women down because they know that the energy that's needed in the earth is going to come from that woman. And you know what really, really makes me sick at the stomach and I want to throw up? You got women going around here saying, I'm a bitch. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a happy bitch. I'm a this bitch. And but she doesn't realize that's a female dog. Why would you call yourself a female dog? Why would you do that? The other thing that the woman does, she turns around and shakes her ass. She shakes her booty. That guy don't want your booty. He'd rather have another man's booty or another male's booty. He don't want your booty. You're lowering yourself. You're disrespecting yourself. And you think it's cute. It's not cute. Yes, I am an older woman, but I've been young too, baby. Been young. And I can tell you, you don't have to dress a certain way to get a real male. Okay? You don't have, and then the ones that you are getting, they have no respect for you anyway. So it's time for you to start respecting yourself. There's a woman out there on the internet right now, and I just watched a video of her and her husband. She teaches the Bible. She reads from the Bible every morning. Every morning she gets in here early in the morning. Her husband don't read the Bible like her. He does what people would consider to be worldly things. And you can say they went on a trip together. And they went to see Anita Baker. And it's funny because you stand on, see, this is what I know. When you have the trueness in you, you go through evolution. You go through evolving. Because when we come into this earth, we come into the corruption. When we come into the physical, we are coming into the corruption because that's what this is. And so your whole objective should be evolving back to what you were. That's how I can identify people. You're evolving, whether you be male or female. Now, I'm going to say this. Yes, the original people was found here in America, but the original people also mixed with other cultures. And so that thing that's inside the original is in some of the other cultures as well. So when they say that you attach, that others attach themselves to the original people, is through the branch which comes out through the you having sex and you having babies. That's how that happened. So they're connected to the original ones too. But you know them through their behavior. Because you can't pretend but only so long. You can fake but only so long. Because we original people, we don't see that. They got people out there saying that, oh, I'm old blood type 2. The O means original. They sitting up there saying A and B is before O. That's a lie. It's a straight lie. They're putting O, they trying to wipe away the O. That's what they trying to do, and it ain't gonna happen. You can't destroy something that's infinite. Are you serious? You can't destroy it. But that's what they've been trying to do. And they've been lying to people about their blood type. It's sad. I get people, they had me out there on blast too. They had me on the internet and blast. They had my video out there, and people was coming at me because they were telling me the albinos was coming at me, telling me that they were O blood type. And I'm gonna tell you live right now, if you are O blood type as an albino, it's because a original woman, and it's only through the original woman you became an O blood type. I'm tell you that now, because you ain't becoming an O blood type otherwise. And then if they say that you're O blood type, it's because it's not true. Okay, you come for me, and a lot of them came for me because they want to argue me. I'm not going to argue with you because I know what I know. So Ascended Majesty said, you're definitely bringing the fire this morning. Thank you for this. Oh, you're welcome. You know, people need to realize when you get knowledge, it's time for a change. Every last one of us have a job to do down here in this earth. Stop being lazy about it. And I'm talking to the original ones. Stop being lazy about it. Don't let nobody put fear in you. The physical body has to go back to the dust because that's where it came from. But your spirit self, your original self, it's eternal. It's infinite. It's not going to die. Nothing they can do to destroy that. Only the Almighty can do that. Males can't do that. So Imani says, like they did with the original Aboriginal. Yes. Abba is different from original, okay? The Abba is the A blood type. And the O is the O blood type. O means original people. Aboriginal means the A blood type people. They play with words. Just like they tell you that the sun, the S-O-N, the S-O-N is the sun out there. It is not. And I'm going to post it on this video. I just saw the X, not cross. I just saw the X right behind the sun. And I'm going to show it to you. Because I can go to this sun comes to me. And if you look right there, you can see something white right there at my window. Look at it. Go and look at all my videos. You'll see, look at my window. So Amani says the way they added ab shows that it came later. Yes. Everything came. They did their twisting and tweaking in the 15, 16, 17, and 1800s. And it's sad. I just don't understand why. You get somebody like me that is original. I'm for all people. I don't care what color your skin is. All I care about is your energy, your behavior. That's how you know you came from the mother of creation, because you are a nourisher. I'm fussing this morning though, but you are a nourisher. You are a nourisher. You want all people to come together. But in order for the truth to take place, you're gonna have to tell it for what it is. You know, just like albinos get mad with me because I won't call them white. I'm not gonna call you white. You're not pure. Why am I gonna call you white? And I'm not going to call brown skinned people black because that's death. Not going to do that. Ain't nobody down here, neither one of those. Yes. So money says the sun is the mother. Yes, it is. It is the mother. It's white representing the crown chakra, which is the mother, and the pituitary gland. Thank you, Amanda. You show me that you're learning. Absolutely, because that's exactly what it is. I get so discouraged sometimes. I get discouraged because I wish people were different. But the mother makes sure daily that she comes in and gives me the support I need as an individual. You know, there's a guy, and I'm talking about him this morning because he surprised me. Him and his wife used to watch my videos. Somehow, I guess he got mad about something. And he had, and I'm talking about you. I ain't gonna call your name, but you know I'm talking about you. And he made a suggestion. I talked about a book, and you made a suggestion. He said he had two of them, and then I go back in there and I told him, I said, "Yeah, I'll take it," because he said he'll let me have it. And then he took the comment out of the comment, and I'm like, I don't need books. The books was for the people, and it was for the people for a time being, because most of the books that you have is nothing but lies. They're lies, lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. To get the real truth comes from within. It comes from within. It don't come from the outside. It comes from within. They call that esoteric. Okay? That's what they call it. Now, the exoteric is outside. You know, Glow says, my mom has dementia, and her friend and me said go out every day and get some sun. She refused. A lot of people are afraid of that sun, Glow, and I tell you why. That sun gonna put some truth in your ass that you gonna have to deal with. And most people are afraid of the unknown, because I've always been the type of person that deal with issues. I've been that way all my life. And that's why most people don't like me. And in the beginning, I didn't understand it. But I come to realize I'm not here in this earth for everybody anyway. I'm only here for a few chosen, selected ones. And I know that. But you know, if you're a part of humanity, you know it spiritually, because the Almighty Mother will let you know it. She'll let you know it. If you got separation in you, that's you. That's your lower self. But if you're feeling that things and people need to be united, that's the mother in you. And because that's the way it is. The mother don't want for no one to perish. I don't want nobody to perish. I don't care what your culture is. And yes, I'm that person that will sit before anybody and say what I got to say. Not afraid of nothing down here. And the other thing too is the mother that put confidence in you to know that the physical body has to go back to the dust anyway. And so when your assignment is over, you're gonna pass anyway. But your soul is not. It's not going to pass. You just have to, keep on talking to the creator. And let me just say this. You can lie to yourself, you can lie to people, but see, I'm an energy person. So I have been dealt with many people that fix their mouth and lie. They lie out their mouth, but I can feel the energy. The energy is saying something totally different. Thank you. Thank you, Glow. Yeah, my birthday was the 8th. And the mama didn't let me go nowhere. She let me somebody my door where my daughter took me out to eat for lunch. But normally the mother let me go out of town. She didn't let me go out of town this time. I had to stay home. But I appreciate it, you know. But we don't be afraid of yourself. Stop being afraid of yourself. You got to understand when we was in the school system, and it's funny because I never really abide by them. When we was in the school system taught us to go outside of ourselves. How? The school system also taught us to be in competition with one another by giving us those simple things as spelling bee, uh, remember multiplication. Uh, Thank you, Amani. Remember the multiplication? We used to stand up in the classroom, and the one that lasts is the one that's the winner. They always put us in competition with one another. I've never been that person. I've never been that person that was in competition with anybody because from child all the way up to now, I've always felt like I was in my own little circle. And when I come out of my circle, I come out to help people. Always been that way, and people think because I appear to have confidence, I do have confidence that the mother gives me. But I don't put people down. The confidence that I have don't put people down. I want to see people come together and stop lying to yourselves. It hurts my feelings when I hear Albinos talk about go back to Africa. Everybody went from Africa. And the albinos don't know, but they're from Europe. They're not from here. Albinos are not from here. Okay? They're not from here. And when they came with those Moors taking over America, stealing the resources, stealing the land, and then took the identity from the people that was originally here. I'm not telling you to be saddened by what your ancestors did. I'm telling you, do better. That's what I'm saying to the albinos. Do better. Do better than what your ancestors did. And stop believing that lie that you were sown. And we're not dumb people. We just kind people. And I don't do nobody being superiority over me. I ain't never been that type of child. Not an adult either. I don't like people telling me what to do. If I ask you, but I don't like people to, and when I come on here, I'm not, the only thing I tell you people to do, which I think is good for you, is to go inside yourself. That's to help you. Yeah. I used to be a people pleaser. Worried about, and it's funny, every time I tried to be a people pleaser, it got worse and worse for me. It got worse and worse for me. People started lying on me. Even today, people think, and there are certain people I had to detach myself from, and they think that I detach myself from them because of a particular thing that they think. They I'm not petty like that. I'm not the type of person that is gonna get upset with you because you prefer somebody else over me. That's dumb. I'm too old for that shit. I've never been that type of person because I started out with people doing that to me. I'm 67. I just turned 67 years old. And as you get older, you should be learning. And mine say I always been drawn to corporate and share instead of compete. Yeah, you and that's what you do. You're not. All right, Glow. 61. I feel you. But you're not the mother's children. We don't compete. That's not what we do. It may look like we're competing, and it may look like we're arrogant. We're not arrogant either. We're just confident because that's how she makes us. We're confident, and I'm gonna tell you, I detest jealousy. I can't stand it. It irritates. That energy irritates me. The jealousy energy, it irritates me. What I used to do with that energy, I used to try to lift that energy. I used to try to that person, the people that have that uh, jealousy energy. I used to sit up there and try to help that person be lifted up, and they used to burn my ass out. They used to wear me out, taking my energy because they want more and more and more and more. That's what the jealous person is. I don't do that no more. If you're jealous, I'm gonna feel your energy. And if you're hanging around me too long and you start cutting up, I'm gonna say something to you now. I don't hold it back no more. Because I'm tired of that energy. There's no reason to be jealous. Because if you go inside yourself, the mother will show you your purpose in this earth. And then when the mother shows you what your purpose is, there's no need for you to be jealous. Ain't no need. Because your purpose gives you fulfill your time. Your time is full when she shows you your purpose. I stay full. Sometimes I don't have time for me sometimes, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know, there was they came out with the King James, what is this? Demonology. I just printed out. I just printed out. And I just started reading it. It has this particular article has 78 pages. If you want to, I'll post it under here, under this video. But you really need to understand that there are invisible entities that was created by the soul people in ignorance. And I've said to you many times about them crystals. When they use the word crystal, let's see. When they use the word crystal, because I hear people saying it all the time. When they use the word crystals, minerals, stones, wheels, glands, jewels, that's all inside of you. When they talk about gold, silver, that's all inside you. You know what I'm saying? If you go get a crystal that they say is a crystal, most of the time it ain't real anyway. But they make you pay a pretty penny for it, but it ain't real. So what you're getting is because it's transferring, that they giving you their energy. Anything that's you're exchanging energy. So you have to take and wash that stuff off with salt anyway, because salt is a cleanser. You take and wash those, the synthetic that they call crystals. You wash it off and do this for yourself so you can know. Take that crystal and put it underneath your pillow. And because your energy sets on that pillow, your energy sets in that bed. And I assure you, if you're using good energy from yourself every night, it's going to go into that synthetic crystal. And then if you're feeling sad or upset or something, take that crystal and put it on you, and you'll see that it's going to change you from being sad to happy. Those synthetic crystals don't work. That is just another way of them getting people to spend their money. Stop thinking on the outside of yourself. Start thinking on the inside, because your inside matters. And I tell people that all the time. And I don't force anybody to believe what I say. I always tell you to take what resonates and what does not. And I'll say put it on the shelf, because sometimes your mind may be on something else, and you need to put it on the shelf because you may have to go back to it. That's the reason why I say put it on the shelf. But good people, I'm glad to see you guys. Um, I appreciate you listening. I think that's all I wanted to say. Uh, One of the things that I've been using an affirmation, and the affirmation that I've been doing daily. People don't know that this word right here, oops, that's what that word is. That's why they say it's the highest vibration word. It is. Because when you talk about love, when you talk about love means evolve. If you were a cigarette smoker, as you evolve, the cigarette smoking will go away. If you are a wine drinker or alcohol drinker or weed smoker, as you evolve, those devices will go away. Why? Because they're not good for your body. Anything is bad enough that we're eating GMO food, and you won't get GMO food if you have your own garden. And it's bad enough uh, that we're drinking water. They're putting acid in the water now. That's what they're doing. I was in it the other day, taking a bath, and the water was burning me. It was acid. Excuse me. Like I say, they can kill the body, but they cannot destroy the soul. And the soul children will keep on coming back as the mother permits them, to accomplish what needs to be accomplished. And there's nothing nobody can do about it, because nobody has power over the Almighty Mother. They can say what they want to say, but they don't. And we, again, as children, soul children, we don't care about, as we evolve, we don't care nothing about the physical like that. We don't. We want to maintain. We care about people. That's who we are. We care about people, and we care about people in all cultures. Now, when we take shit off you uh, from another culture, no, I'm telling you that I'm not taking no more shit off people. That's done. That's finished. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm not going to sit up there and just give you what you want to hear no more. That's finished. because you're not a baby, you're a grown ass person. And I'm gonna tell it like it is. And that's what I'm going to do. But what I start doing is start telling myself, I would say, head, I love you. Eyes, I love you. Ears, I love you. Nose, I love you. Mouth, I love you. Neck, I love you. Arms, I love you. Hands, I love you. Stomach, I love you. Breasts, I love you. Thighs, I love you. Legs, I love you. Feet, I love you. Toes, I love you. Oh, teeth. Yeah, teeth. I don't have none, Glow. So you say teeth. Um, and then I say vagina, I love you. Clitoris, I love you. Anal, I love you. Organs, I love you. Veins, I love you. Blood, I love you. You have to speak that stuff over your body because, and then the other thing I say that um, whatever I eat or drink shall not harm me, you know. And so you have to speak that stuff because you have power. If you're a soul child, you have power. The power only exists, and don't get mad about it, but the power only exists in the soul children. That's why they have been trying to manipulate. Glow says, brush away from gum, just saying. Oh, okay, cool. All right, good people. I gotta go. I will put I will take the the picture that I took of the sun. I will take it and put it on this video. And also that article that I printed called Demonology, King James Demon. I'll put it under there, under this video. And I appreciate you guys. I hadn't seen you in a while. So I will come on from time to time. But if you're in TikTok, hit me up. I'm under there under Deborah Speaks. Same name. So have a great day, people. I love every last one of you. Have a great day. I put on that. Have a great people. Uh, okay, take care.